Alright, everybody. I had a little bit of difficulty with this episode because for some strange reason, when I when I went to the camrec file to edit it, it suddenly started the dialogue and the game audio like a good minute and a half into the episode already. So like I'm re-recording this and there's gonna be no game audio for this episode, and I'm trying to figure out what the hell happened, but that would be me showing off my fact that I MP grinded for myself a little bit to get about 50 more MP. Uh, I am going back to Altea to find out what's going on. There's Altea there destroyed. I postulate on what happens. I roll the canoe down the river. Man, this is annoying. I don't know what happened like at all. Gaddy is also destroyed. So you get to Phin, and you see that's fine, but there's a tornado just lurking outside of it there. I had some funny stuff in this episode too, and now I have to lose it because I can't figure out a way to sync it up with anything. Seriously, like the audio and my commentary start like a good 3 minutes in, but it's at different spots, so I can't. It's maddening sometimes, this thing. Talking to Hilda. Oh, the Emperor conjured a whirlwind and it's coming right for us. Maybe you should shoot it like Stan's uncle, whatever, Jimbo. But if you learn it and say it back to her, she talks about the Emperor hiding inside the whirlwind because apparently he is a storm chaser. Except he's doing it wrong. Talk to Gordon. He talks about Ultima being useless. Yeah, well, or hopeless, but it's useless too, so, yeah. Possible enter unless you can fly. So, how can we fly? I start trying different keywords on him. None of them make any sense to him. So I decided to try it on Layla. And I think, yeah, the Hiryuu. She talks about using the light of the pendant to call the dragon Hiryuu. I had a thought that maybe since we figured that out, actually I'm trying to get her at this point, or one of them at this point, to direct me to Paul in town there, but neither one of them decided to do it because Paul has some stuff you can basically get from him. Do you have to start that now? Whoever's banging outside, thank you. God, today is just not going well. What the hell? Oh, it skipped over that, huh? The crap happened? I don't know. I'm thinking there was a good minute of the video where I was staring at, where the timer wasn't moving, but I was moving. And this is probably that frozen time, and it's going to pick up where I was in a second, hopefully. Any second now. As you see, I have another black armor, another blood sword. I actually, yeah, okay, here we go. And you get a, it'll show in a second here. Like, you get another in these chests. You get another black armor, another blood sword, a ruby plate, a silver plate, another gold hairpin to replace the one he's missing. And a quartz armor, and ruby armor. Just stuff. You talk to Paul, and he says, you give him the thing about the whirlwind, and he says, I can't believe you're going to try to break into it. Check beside the bed. And you do so, and that's what you find. Man, this entire thing got messed up because freaking stupid video crap. I don't know if it's the emulator or the ROM, but like whenever I try to record Final Fantasy 2, if I try to leave the window, it gets all uppity and locks up for a second. But it doesn't do that with Breath of Fire. And you want to hold on to the other blood sword, a shield, and the other black armor for later, which is going to suck because it means I have no inventory. And I have to go back into the castle. I'm going to look around for how to get to the place, the floor I want to go to. I originally think it's up here, but it's not. Yeah. I'm sorry. There's not going to be any game audio for this episode either because, well, that was also Flibberty Libbit, and I don't know. It was, what, 31 episodes of, like, you know, my only problem was that the game audio had a little hiccup to it at times, and now this? I mean, come on, don't do this to me, computer. Well, you have to go in here and thanks, school bus. And you have to use the pendant on the mirror here. And it will summon the Hiryuu. Yay! Now, what I don't do in this episode, because I just remembered, is that you can actually... Hiryuu becomes a item in your inventory. And you can equip that in one of your item slots and use it as an item. And it casts, I think, Fire 16 on all the enemies. Which I'm not sure if it's reusable or not. I'm never actually going to use it, so I'm just going to treat it pretty much like a key item and just leave it in there. But anyway, we're going to head for the whirlwind now. Yeah. Try cutting this out and whatnot, but I'm just too angry to think ahead of where to stop talking, so I'm just going to keep talking. Yeah, I remember I go back to see the two of them first. I wish I understood what happened, but like, I looked, the file went from wherever it was recorded to Camtasia there, and all of a sudden, the system audio was like 5 minutes shorter than the regular file, and I started I started playing the file, and it's like all of a sudden it came in when I'm talking about Altea being destroyed, and see here, freaking another huge pause. I'm just gonna cut ahead to where it stops. All right, we're back. 40 seconds of staring at nothing. There's a battle with some sergeants and sorcerers there. Nothing too important. They dropped a mithril axe and an aura spell that I don't need, so I think I'm going to discard it. Also of note that the enemies on the world... This is me rearranging my inventory. The enemies on the world map after the Mysidia Tower essentially get upgrades. Like, you go to a place where you normally fight imps, and you will fight their upgraded, gremlins and all that stuff. I should run into pretty much every world map enemy in the next, 3 or 4 dungeons, but I'm checking if someone needs... What do I... Oh. Should I put the elixir in her inventory to free up some inventory space there? And we're going to go enter the whirlwind there. If you just step close enough to it with the Hiryuu in your inventory, it flies around and you're inside. And there's more tentacles. Yay, tentacles! Apparently, the whirlwind is not really a tornado, it's just a giant whirling tentacle monster, but who am I to judge? We're going to try to get about half of this dungeon done before we exit. And first turn off leads to some treasure, so that's what we're going for. We have the almighty cockatrice. I know I probably showed this to you, but if I didn't, then I'm showing it to you anyway. Yeah. I equipped Maria with the magic cane as opposed to her evil cane, because the magic cane has a probably the least amount. Canes as a weapon have the least amount of intelligence and soul penalties for casters. So, you know, just having them have a cane is good because that they won't cast spells lamely while they're even while they're equipped. So, but the magic cane out of all of them has the lowest penalty because it's magic. So that's why I'm gonna have her hold on to there. She's not gonna be too much of a melee attacker anyway for the rest of the game. In fact, if I have her attack again, it's simply to gain more cane and shield points, to gain more shield levels, so that I can put, maybe if I need to, with some type of new armor that has a better stat gain or something, I can put it on her and her evasion won't suffer that badly, because she will have an overflow of agility and shield power. But she should be maxed out. Anyway, that was a cockatrice. They can stone you. I've never seen them do it, but it's almost a guarantee that they can. I mean, they're cockatrices. What do you expect? Anyway, I'm going to go around here for one more treasure chest, and then we're going to head back to... We have some ice water on the floor here. Hopefully tomorrow's episode won't be like this, and it will stop being annoying, and I can go back to being the way I am. But nah. You know, I already made the save state ahead of time to put out today's episode, so I kind of have to roll with it. Cutting back to the floor we entered on. Alright, we're back. On the trip back, Amanda gained an Aspire level, which, since she can pretty much drain 100 MP out of a target, with at level 2, at level 3, it's only going to get worse from here, and thus giving her about infinite MP. One of the neat tricks you can do when you have an enemy group that's only down to basically one enemy is you can try to train a spell by casting it and hoping that, or usually the caster won't go. You can run into Godus here, the boss from when you took Phin, and he's still got the same 2,000 HP. Anyway, back to what I was saying. You could, like... I got too much for this. You could, say, one enemy left, cast ice on it, and then have one of your melee fighters kill it. To basically save the MP for casting... Oh, he dropped a haste. Godus dropped a haste that I just discarded. And he got a diamond helmet that is heavy armor. I contemplated putting it on Richard, but I decided against it. And then, yeah. We have corpses, who, despite being named corpse, are neither undead nor really dead. So they're not weak to fire or life magic. But they are susceptible to matter elemental spells, Minnie and Toad, so if you just go for that. I should get rid of one this turn. Yeah, there we go. They aren't especially tough. They can do a little more than physically attack you. I think they have some random stat down, their enfeeblement spell that I don't know, that I don't remember. But that's the corpses. You'll run into them a little bit later. In more... and Richard gained a shield level. Yay! I think he's at 8 now? Yeah, 7. Okay. His evasion is 89%, which is good, but not great. And we're going to go over here to get this chest. Alrighty, and we have... I'm going to ditch the diamond gloves to get this. Diamond armor protects against bolt, or thunder, by the way, so... And just get the diamond helmet that does the exact same thing as what I just threw away, but... You like to see where the treasures are, don't you? I know you do. Alright, I am gonna stop here and finish the dungeon tomorrow. Hopefully, tomorrow's episode won't be as freaking derpy as this one is. Man, this is lame. Anyway, see you tomorrow when we go after the Emperor sitting in pretty in the middle of his whirlwind. Until then, everybody, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all your support, and have a good night.